Hi guys, so for my week one discussion, I took a couple notes. Obviously, I watched the video and I read the chapter. So for the first one, where it says to identify one distinction between Western and Eastern influence, I have the questions up here, so I can just remember what I'm answering. But for that one, or the influence on the definition of the pursuit of the good life, I think that the biggest thing is kind of how autonomy is viewed between the two, because in the Western views they kind of emphasize more of an individual autonomous way of thinking, whereas the Eastern views are more focused on like collectiveness and balance and like cooperation and stuff like that. So I feel like that really affects what kind of definition we're looking at, because some people might say, oh, the pursuit of the good life is, very dependent on the self, while others might say, well, it's also dependent on the people around you and how they're doing in life, right? Which both would make sense. I can see how both would work. And then I said that a big influence culturally that I've noticed in my life has always, it seemed to be money or like financial status, because especially like in school and stuff, everybody's like, oh my gosh, my parents, they have this and that and we have this and that, and it's like, okay, so if you have a big house and you have a pool, then you're cool and you're happy, but if you live in a small house that's like in out in the country, right, it's like you're not very happy because these reasons. But it's like, no, the way I view it, you can be happy anywhere, you know what I mean? As long as you're with people that you love and you are living the life that you want to live, you are happy. Money is not necessary to be happy. Or at least that's how I feel. I don't know. That maybe I'm wrong. And then we have to identify a specific way in which culture has shaped my own pursuit of the good life. I can't remember. I guess we could go off with the money thing, because I feel like, especially in our culture, a big thing is like having a lot of money and like using that to your advantage. Like you walk up to somebody, and if you have a lot of money, you make more friends because you can buy them stuff, or if you have more money, then you can buy whatever you want and then you're happy. That's my cat. Sorry. He's being annoying right now. He's chewing on the wall, actually, is what he's doing. But anyway, sorry, got distracted. Basically, I guess, like I said, a specific way in which culture has shaped my own pursuit of happiness is looking at financial status, because when I was younger, I very much thought that you had to have money to be happy. And as I've gotten older, I've realized surrounding yourself with people that you love and people that you care about and who you can have fun with and who you can enjoy your life with is actually the only thing that matters. At least that's just how I feel. I feel like having the people that I love, the people that I know around me, that really helps. One insight I learned from the video is that there's 3 levels of positive psychology, which I thought was really cool. Before this, I didn't really know that there was like a focused kind of thing on just happiness and stuff like that in psychology, but now it's like I'm kind of learning a little bit more. A question I still have is, there was a slide, I believe, where it talked about how negative emotions still matter and how happiness is necessary but might not be sufficient. And my question basically is, if happiness isn't sufficient enough for the good life, then why are negative emotions so badly viewed if they are a necessity in order to better understand what you need to pursue the good life? You see what I'm saying? And then one thing I'm excited about as we move forward in the semester, I'm excited to learn the answer to that question, but I'm also excited to learn how other people think about what kind of cultural influences kind of impact us and how different they might be, because even though we live in the same area, we live in the same culture basically, but a lot of people have different views on what affects their happiness within their own culture. Because I might do something differently than somebody else. I mean, it's all about who you are. Who you are, who you live with, who you surround yourself with. So, yeah, that's what I'm excited about. Thank you.